Jody, I sent you the link.
Morning, Steve.
Good morning, John.
Can't seem to get my video on. Oh yeah, there it is. Wow, another week.
Can you hear?
I can hear. Can you hear?
I can hear.
It's another week.
What a week.
That's amazing.
It's flying by. We're into fall, it feels like.
Oh my. Well, I guess I was saying to Susan that the biggest nightmare is the thought that we have 4 more years of this guy.
Well, he's doing everything he can to cheat.
Oh God, just
That
amazing.
which is that which we can see and that which we can't see.
Well, I think it came through our listserv that the Postmaster General can is hired and fired by a board of directors at the post office, and if we can get to them, they can get rid of him instead of the president doesn't have any say in the matter. So maybe we can do that.
And could they appoint a acting?
Yes, and they happen to be mostly Democrats on the board of directors. So
Well, that's hopeful
yeah,
if they could act quickly and re- install some degree of hope within the workforce. I don't know if you remember, I've done a lot of work with the Postal Service in my career
no, I didn't remember that at all.
as an employment mediator,
Hmm.
doing mostly EEO disputes. But you know, when you show up at a facility at midnight or show up at a facility at 6 a.m. and you're there for 8 hours and you really see the um, you know, the inside belly of the machine. And
Uh-huh.
you know, as they've been saying, it is truly a minority, largely a minority workforce.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I don't think you need a college degree to be a mail carrier, but you know, these guys would be charged or for violating if they were like 5 minutes longer than on like sorting. You know, they had really tough, very rigid standards, and you know they would rebel against it from the union standpoint, and Yeah, I mean, forgetting Trump for a second, I mean, they did take a lot of criticism because, sort of you walk into a post office and there's long lines and you question the service. So there were some transformations that have taken place over the years with the Postal Service. And I'm sure Ethel has a whole other perspective too.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh
because she
yeah,
worked
she had a
pretty
lot of
closely with
politics just on her, the way her team was organized and the people they reported to, and
yeah,
not so much. At least she never reported to me that she had any issues from from political perspectives and what kind of stamps they picked. But but she certainly had really, in fact, all the designers had to quit at one point because they didn't like the way the supervisor was setting up the program.
right, right. I remember that.
So it's I was one of the jobs I almost almost had. I was to the last minute. I was going to be the uh, environmental advisor to the printing office, the government printing office,
Hmm.
and it was a lot of the same kind of workforce that you're talking about at the post office.
Yeah,
And a lot of programs, for instance, one of the biggest costs was health concerns for the people, and so they were trying to do things like get healthy lunches and change their eating styles and get them more exercise and paying for gyms and all kinds of stuff like that. So, so it is tough, but
and
you
then
know,
who's going to man the polls? Are we going to get enough young people to come out and be manage the voting?
I
I
know.
don't know if they have the experience and the fortitude to do that. Whereas someone who's older typically has that, uh, really understands and appreciates the value of our electoral process and system.
Hmm.
And now they don't. Now older folks. I mean, I'm willing to do it. I really am at this point.
Hmm.
I mean, I'd love to do it in like somewhere in Virginia or Pennsylvania where it's really needed.
Well, I plan we plan to do some volunteer work, although I can't remember. At least in some of the stuff, it came up that they don't let ex-felons participate in that stuff. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, we shall see. Um, and that's anyway. It's been a great week in terms of, as I said to my daughter, I seem to be back to where I was 6 or 7 years ago in terms of consulting work. Seems to be coming through the woodwork right now. So hopefully we can make
I
it.
did. No, you want to start your modality. Be right back, John. Gotta let the dog out.
Okay.
Good morning, Paul. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Good morning, Boker Tov.
Boker Tov.
Good morning. I'll be right there.
Good morning, Jody.
Hey, Jody. Good morning.
Jody, you're on mute.
I still have a minute. My mom had to be put on oxygen this morning.
Oh, sorry. What a
I
year
already
you're
went to that,
having.
Jody.
Your father, now your mom.
It's all part of life. That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling myself.
Yeah.
Okay, should I start Modani or it's time?
Whenever you're ready.
As I do for 5 minutes before people come on, right?
And then for a few minutes, well, for a few minutes after as well.
Yeah.
So I'll introduce the chants and then pass it off to you.
Okay, and what I figured I'd do, I'm going to read through the main sheet again for if there's anybody that's new with the intentions. And then I'll give, you can show the tree of life image. And then I'll say my points about Gevurah. And then if you want to say anything in addition, if there's anything that I did not say that helps preface why you chose the chants that you chose, you could share that as well. And then after the first chant, you'll introduce the second chant. And then you just cue me when you want me to start singing. Or
Yeah,
chant.
for the second chant, I really would like that to be extended. Like
Yes,
for you,
I saw your text.
The first,
Yeah, so
first one or the
for you-
second one?
the second chant.
One.
Second
Yeah,
one.
the first one, we do long, whatever, regular long. For the hoodie,
Yeah. I'll
like
do that.
even like to the point where you're
Gone.
lost in it or something. I don't know. Like it could.
Okay.
This is a really important kind of chant where if we can get into the zone of it, and then have that utter silence. No,
Yeah, I won't talk after.
Yeah, just like I'll introduce it with that. That's our plan, because that is sacred.
Yeah.
A sacred moment where you can actually get a message.
Mm-hmm.
And the meditation is a direct integration of the two chants.
I'm sure.
And
But you'll pick it up whenever when you sense that people have gotten some kind of message. It can take a few minutes, though.
Yeah, the only
I'd rather us use up our time then, rather than at the end.
The only reason I spoke during the last chant is because I forgot to read the little thing about it, but I know to do that this time. I'll remind myself. I reminded myself.
Now you know.
So I'm going to
all
start
perfect.
chanting.
It's all good.
I'm going to start chanting Modani, and it's today's melody.
Oh, wow.
Ani lifanecha ruach v'kayam moda ani lifanecha ruach v'kayam shekazarta bi nishmati b'chemla Rabba emunatecha shekazarta bi nishmati b'chemla Rabba emunatecha moda ani lifanecha ruach v'kayam moda ani lifanecha ruach v'kayam shekazarta bi nishmati b'chemla Rabba emunatecha shekazarta bi nishmati b'chemla Rabba emunatecha shekazarta bi nishmati b'chemla Rabba Emunatecha Shekazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Shekasarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Shekazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Shekazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Shekazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Shechazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Shechazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Shechazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Shechazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Moda Ani Lifanecha Ruach Hai V'Kayam Shechazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba Emunatecha Shechazarta Bi Nishmati Behemla Rabba emunatecha. And the last time, Moda ani lifanecha ruachai v'kayam. Moda ani lifanecha ruachai v'kayam. Shechazarta bi nishmati bechemla Rabba emunatecha. Shechazarta bi nishmati bechemla Rabba emunatecha. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Journey of Teshuvah, Transformation with Meditation and Chanting with Steve and Jody Shapiro. I'm Jody and Paul Pesach Zeist. This program takes us through the month of Av, the destruction of the temple, with a contemplative experience using the Sephirot and returning us to Elul and the high holidays. Each week, we will use one or more chants and a guided meditation that corresponds with an ascending Sephirot. This program supports cultivating aspects of ourselves in preparation for transformation and self-actualization during this epic period in our history. The times we are living in calls for us to become spiritual activists and to emerge as our greatest selves. We honor the journey of liberation, revelation, transformation that is happening in every minute. Our intentions are moving from tragedy to growth, from destruction to flourishing, from nothingness to what kind of future we want to create for ourselves. Each week is an unfoldment of each Sephirot to explore our hearts and spiritual and our spiritual, transforming from the mind to the heart and from the heart to moving into the world. The intention of the meditation and chanting is to move from the finite to the infinite. By moving within ourselves with introspection of inner world, we can move out into the world, holding a deep inner space of forgiveness and healing. Cultivating aspects of ourselves in preparation for transformation within is a part of self-actualization as we navigate the transformations around us. The times we are living through call us to transform ourselves to live our highest in each moment. The journey of liberation, revelation, transformation is happening every minute. And Paul, if you could put up the photograph of the Sephirot, the Tree of Life. And today we are going to do Gevurah, G-E-V-U-R-A-H. Gevurah means strength or courage. It is the necessary counterweight in our emotional life to Chesed, which we will do next week, which is grace or love of God. They are linked in a delicate balance. Judgment untempered by love brings about evil. This is the crucial realm of setting limits and erecting boundaries in our relationships with our own soul. Gevurah also compromises such vital traits as respect, reverence, responsibility, and discernment. It is the force that enables us to choose wisely among those we meet, to differentiate true friends from false ones, to acquire real mentors and teachers throughout life, to identify meaningful spiritual role models, and to avoid persons and situations that will ultimately harm us. Gevurah also encompasses discipline. Every spiritual path requires self-discipline, the capacity to keep our emotionality at an optimal level. The essence of Gevurah is sound judgment. Gevurah represents our awe before the majesty of the cosmos, the smallness we feel as we open ourselves to the totality of being. And Paul is going to introduce the chants in just a minute. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. I shared in the chat here the participants program from the whole program, and we'll keep updating that. I know Carol had asked for that and others have, so that will be a kind of takeaway, and it includes the chants, and it includes the teachings that we've all offered during this time. This is our 5th session, so we're rising up the tree of life, the Sefirot. We're now in the central kind of zone, and Gevurah, as Jody said, is now, you know, I think it's the right arm, if I'm not mistaken. And I have chosen chants to build on the teaching that Jody provided. The first chant is, I'm going to put it up here in the chat if I can figure out how to do that.
I have to learn how to do that too.
It's protecting our inner child, and it's focused on exploring our relationship with our inner child. And then the second chant is going to explore connecting to and relating to our future self. So we're here together as a community, and I invite you to look at everyone on the Zoom call, and you know, we're in this together as a community. Each of us are souls on our soul journey. We're each in the process of liberation, revelation, transformation together, and we are also you know, on our own journeys in a way. So the first chant is, oh, that's the sorry, that's the participants package again. I'm gonna bring up the first chant. So during this chant, I got too many documents open here, sorry. The first chant is designed to really look at the boundaries of our relationship with our inner child. I learned this chant about in 2006 or so. And at that point, I didn't even know there was an inner child. I had an inner child. So I've spent a lot of years figuring out that there could be a little Paul within me, a little child who may have been wounded. We all have some kind of early childhood experiences that affect us. And that over time, I've created a relationship with that inner child. And now I, you know, as part of my own healing journey, I've worked to heal the wounds of my inner child. And now I serve as sort of a partner and a parent. I offer my parenting in my highest self, you know, that I achieve in my life, and nurture and tenderly support that my inner child. So this chant is like an invitation to connect in with your inner child. If you already have a relationship with your inner child, make yourself present and offer loving tenderness and support. And if you don't have a relationship, this is an opportunity to explore identifying and cultivating an authentic, living relationship with your inner child. So the words are in Hebrew, ki hizak birech sharaich, when your boundaries are strong, berach Beinayich Bikirbech. Your inner child is blessed. So Gevurah is about boundaries and finding the right boundaries to contain all the love that we have. And so I thought this was an exciting first chant. It's one of my most favorite chants, because by having that relationship with my inner child and doing that inner healing work, it has transformed my whole life. So Jody, over to you. And then we'll do silence after the chant. And in that silence, see if you can get a message from your inner child. It could be a verbal message. It could be an image. It could be a color. It could be a smell. It could be a flash. So that's time after the chant is very sacred for you to just be present to whatever occurs.
And I won't be talking after the chant, and it'll be silent until Paul introduces the next chant. So there's a place inside each of us that is young and fragile and innocent. Part of our spiritual practice is protect and honor that part of ourselves. When we protect her or him from our own cynicism and from the harshness of the world, he or she is nurtured from within and blessed with the space to feel safe. When he or she doesn't feel that safety, the inner child is apt to act out. When he or she doesn't feel that safety, the inner child is apt to act out in destructive ways just to get our attention. Ki chizak briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizak briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Barak, excuse me. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizak briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizak briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Barach banayich b'karbech. Birach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizach briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Ki chizak briche sha'arayich barach banayich b'karbech. Barach b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech. And last time, ki kizak brike sha'arayek, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, ki kizak brike sha'arayek, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech, v'rak b'nayek b'karbech.
So as we are connecting with our inner child, our past self, and we're creating a safe zone of safety in that relationship, and we're creating a safe boundaries. We're able to heal our past and be our highest selves in the present. The invitation now is to, from that place, leap forward in the other direction and explore the outer boundary of our life, and tap into and connect with our future selves. And so this next chant I put up in the chat, it's really inviting our future selves into this space right now. And the chant reads, Hodieni ya kitsi, oh my God, show me my end. Umidat ya mai mahi, and what is the measure of my days? This is a really special chant, and we're going to do an extended chanting zone to really get you out of your left brain, and really try to go into our kind of transcendent self. And I just want to invite you to really cherish the silence immediately after this chant, because it's a kind of gift that you may or may not receive, but there's an opportunity for you to receive some kind of intuitive message from your future self. It could be from any time from your future to your present. And it could be an image, it could be a smell, it could be a word or message, a verbal message. And I believe that those messages that we may receive during this chant can really guide us as we're entering Elul. And we're doing that last month of preparations for the high holidays, which I think starts on Tuesday night when we have a new moon. So I think this is a gift. This is a potential gift from your future self, and for you to be guided into the next phase of our journey. Jody.
Hodieni yakitsi umidat yamai mahi. 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 Hodieni Yakitsi. 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 Umidat Yamai Mahi. Hodieni kitsi umidat yamai mahi hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi. And the last time. Hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi. Hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi. Hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi. Hodie niya kitsi umidat yamai mahi.
So we're going to continue just sitting silently with our eyes closed, feeling in relationship with our future self, feeling completely healed with our inner child. And we just breathe into that sense of completeness and wholeness. And if you imagine a beautiful bridge between Gevura and Hesed, just this bridge that's running across our heart, across Tiferet. And this bridge gives us structure. It's a new infrastructure for our bodies. Brings our crown of our head up to the sky, our Keter. Brings our shoulders back. It brings our breath full, alive, vital. And since this is your bridge, you decorate it. You decorate it in jewels, in metals, with nature. And Tiferet is the balance. And imagine our inner child. Imagine our being in the womb, sitting on one end of the bridge at Gevura. And if we just take each other's hands right now and hold hands with one another and open our hearts, lift our chests up to the sky. And as we're blessing our inner child with strength, with discernment, and we're holding each other's hands, we bless each other's inner child. And we create a ring around ourselves of our parents, our ancestors, our teachers, coaches, mentors, and guides. And this ring of support, this ring of a healthy boundary that's protecting us, guiding us, supporting us along our journey on the bridge, is there for each of us. And as we cross over the bridge, we're guided every step of the way. When we reach that central balance, we could begin to see Chesed, we could begin to see our future self. And there's a ring surrounding our future self of our ancestors, our parents, our teachers. And now we're just surrounded on both sides. We're holding each other's hands, and we just have a ring around us, around our inner child, beginning in the womb as our perfect soul, our perfect self, and ending in our future self. And if we just stay centered into Firath, and we stay silently to ourselves, breathing in Shema and exhaling Shema. We're breathing in Shema. Shema. Let's listen carefully. Listen in silence.
Okay, if you want to come back, we're going to end with Hodeni Yakitsi again and just chant that a couple times and sit in silence, and then we'll have a little time to share. Hodeni Yakitsi Umidat Yamai Mahi Hodie 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 Yakitsi Umidat Yamai Mahi. And once more. Hodie Yakitsi Umidat Yamai Mahi Hodie Yakitsi Umidat Yamai Mahi Hodie Yakitsi Umidat Yamai Mahi Hodie Yakitsi Umidat Yamai Mahi.
Thank you, Jody and Paul, for these beautiful chants and offerings, and just better than many things in the world to experience this type of love and embrace through music, through reflection. So we want to open up and see if people have anything they want to share. Meryl? Alexis, next.
Okay, so it's beautiful as always, and I have a gift that came through me that I want to share to everybody. It's an acronym for light, and it is, because I saw myself like in this beam of light radiating out love. So it's love, intention to garden our holy Torah.
Say it again.
Using garden as a verb, through love and intention, we garden our holy Torah.
Mm. Mm. Thank you. Alexa, Carol? Yeah. There you go.
I want to thank you all. I found it very powerful that Paul gave us some guidance on what to think about after each chant. And then Steve, you just did a beautiful job connecting the two chants with the bridge. And I felt it, incredibly, incredibly powerful. Thank you.
Welcome. Paul, you're on mute. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'm just holding all of our future selves in my heart and in this journey that we're on. And it was a powerful experience for me as well. I think it's this like teaching and learning that we've been doing around the Sphirot, where kind of the guidance from my future self was like, this inner pillar of Malchut, Yesod, Tiferet, Da'at, Keter, the vertical pillar and the central pillar, like creating that flow and keeping that aligned and open is my journey, and keeping, cultivating inner stillness, inner calm, so that flow can be flowing. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for creating this space together.
Sandy, you're on mute, Sandy. There you go.
I was at the end of the second chant in the sitting. I was just reminded of what's important, and so that was a real blessing. It just came through very clear, and it was a gift.
Yeah, thank you.
Teddy had something to say. I in the second chant, well, it was interesting between the first and second chant because my mother is dying right now, and like when I was in her womb, was such an unbelievable experience given this stage in life. And then my message from my future self was, it's all good and all fine, and she's perfect how she is and how she will be and how I will be. So that was perfect timing for the chants today. She's also in home hospice, so we're well taken care of.
It's wonderful just connecting with each one of you, and for me, experiencing the meditations getting deeper and really, there's a certain synergy, I think, that's getting more and more evolved with Jody, Paul, and me, and everyone here is showing up week after week after week, and so we have this really nice satsang of and community together, and it's making developing the program so effortless. I mean, it's like, before we signed up to do the 9-week program, I mean, we were hemming and hawing a little bit because of getting up on Sundays and the effort of creating the program, but it's really designing itself and creating itself as we go, and that's pretty special.
Thank you once again for everything the three of you are doing to create this wonderful way to start our Sundays.
Thank you,
For
Marla.
this lovely community.
And Phil.
Thank you for the tranquility of Sunday. That's wonderful.
These are such unsettling times that this is a breath of fresh air. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Alexis. So this was what, what week was this? 5?
Yes.
Next week we'll journey together into Chesed. And we look forward to being with each of you next Sunday. And we wish you guys a great week ahead. We wish our country, our nation, and the planet a safe, peaceful week every week right now. Thank you all.
Steve, if you could just stay on Zoom for a little, for
Okay.
a couple minutes after.
Okay. Enjoy your days.
Meryl, do you want to tell me the thing that was the light again? Light, intention, we garden our Torah. Did I miss something out? Leave something out? Oh,
You're on mute. There you go.
How's that? Can you
Yeah.
hear me now? Okay, so the word is light, and then it's love, in intention, gardens are holy Torah. And
was,
intention,
okay.
and then garden, which could be a noun or a verb actually in this, because the Torah could become our garden. And then H is for holy, and of course T is for Torah. I've been getting tons of downloads since we've started all of this.
I love that.
I'm so glad you do. The other thing is, because I know the tenderness of what you need right now, I want to make you one of these things.
Oh
And
my goodness.
it's going to be, this is a shin, a 4-prong shin, and everyone, of course, is different. And it's, you know, so that it gives us closeness and connection. I sent you the letter, Pesach. Did you get that letter I sent? Well, actually, Rav Shoshana changed my words. I call it tefillin-esque accoutrements. And we're kind of like at a different level of, she's much more conservative than I am. I don't know where this workshop's going to come out, but I downloaded the whole thing with all chants and everything, but we're going to see what happens with that. But for you, Jody, I have a piece. I'm going to go in the other room right now. It's the cast off. It's the centerpiece, you know, Ma'asu, Evan, Habanim. I have the cast off that I didn't use as one of the centerpieces because to me it was like really dark and it wasn't reflective, but I'm thinking, hold on one second, I'm gonna get it for you because no, you need this. I'll be right back.
And Paul, do you want to talk right after? There's a couple things for Thursday. I'm just intending my mother doesn't die until next week.
Okay.
I'm just intending my mother doesn't die until next week. But I already started my energy around Thursday.
Oh, I have to send you. So I wanted to add, yeah, I do want to talk about that.
Do you want to talk after?
Yeah.
Do a private, we could FaceTime.
Yeah, maybe I can bring Mindy in. We just wanted to, you know, make sure we're aligned and also understanding you're going through what you're going. I mean, Thursday's ideal for us, but if it's got to be delayed, it's not.
Well, I'm going to intend that I can still do it. I'm real excited.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm going to do a space clearing for and blessing for Pesach and Mindy's.
Fantastic.
They on Thursday and they move in Friday, and I'm just intending my mom not go till then. They gave her oxygen last night. The caregiver, she was having trouble breathing. So, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't going to visit today. I was going to visit tomorrow, but I might go over today for an hour. It's just hard to leave when I go there. It's like, I don't want to, it's like I go there at 9 in the morning and I'll leave at like 4 and like I come home and I'm like,
Her mom was born on my birthday, or let's put it like this. I was born on her mom, the artist's birthday. So as soon as I heard that, I felt this major connection. And this piece, on the back of it, you can see light, but it's kind of like fading.
yeah,
Fading, but it's there.
gorgeous.
The front is dark. It's almost like ebony.
Wow.
is the Eben Ma'asu that was not meant to be your middle piece, but I knew that it was going to be something. And it was before I was making these headpieces.
Yeah, that's amazing. I saw you on the Kazoom.
Yeah, which is a different headpiece. That was one of these things, because I have this idea that each headpiece is like a necklace, and that I'm like the chant that we did today, this is for our future self, how it's in copper wire. Now, I'm telling you, it's a whole new level. Copper wire, and this is hand painted yarn in various shades of oranges and browns, so it's earth and fire. The air comes through in the spaces, and this is the water. So Jody, you are going to get this piece that's going to give you the energy of, I mean, I've never done this for anybody else. Well, I've done it for me, and I've done several of them, and I have them that are, I mean, it's costing me, it doesn't matter. I'm even going to now, this is another thing that came up, I'm going to take some of my other necklaces that I really love, and I looked at them, they're my children, you know, like I'm so much a part of me, like each one is like a child, but now I'm freeing that inner child who's been healed. So I'll cut some of these apart and then use each one as like the lighthouse guiding our way, because now that child has gained strength and it's gained direction and vision and gavura, and, you know, it's a whole new level. So, you know, some people are going to get it. Some people aren't going to get it. I don't care. Right. And the fact is
Awesome.
I have these things. I want them to go to the right people who will appreciate them. So I'm going to mail this. I have your address and everything.
And thank you for the necklace and that you gave to Jody. And then I received a generous donation, 2 generous donations from Steve and Jody.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know how this is all happening, but.
And I have been connected. He and I have been connected since KZ2 at a very deep and ancestral level since KZ2, you and I.
You and me, yes.
Yeah. And then as soon as I met you two.
I feel the same too.
Yeah, I feel it too.
So,
and if you like, do you want, I could do another contribution for.
That's up to you. That's totally up to, you know what? I just gotta, in your mother's name.
Oh.
That's what it is. It's contribution in your mother's name. This will be to help you and to her. That's why I had to have you on now when I heard
She looks at this all the time when I go over there. I can feel her looking at it.
I put in a lot of grace and ease and love, light, all the things to get rid of fear, to get rid of discomfort, to help you with your own strength. And you're not going to believe this. I didn't say this in front of the other group, and I have no idea how I'm going to do this.
You shouldn't be recording.
Oh, I don't care. No, you know what? You can record.
I told him to stop recording when people personally share, but he keeps.
Yeah,